After the release of the first images of James Webb Space Telescope by NASA, the whole scientific world, and in particular cosmologists, along with physicists, are in deep wonder. In our previous episode on the images of James Webb Space Telescope, we described in detail how astonished the world of scientists has been after the initial release, and in what aspects the repercussions of these images will change our whole lives. In today's video, we will again take aim at the images coming after the initial release, and NASA has not officially made them public yet. These images are already changing the existing physics, and the quality that this data possess is enough to keep astronomers awake through the night. We will discuss the following images today. The new and improved images of Neptune Rings 2, Tarantula Nebula 3, images of Jupiter planet by Webb, Phantom Galaxy, and last but not least, the Cartwheel Galaxy. So now, without wasting further time, let's roll into the video. The clearest view of Neptune. It is the first time Webb has depicted its potential closer to our home planet with the images coming from the planet Neptune. Not only has Webb captured the clearest view of this distant planet's rings after 30 years, but the telescope's cameras have also revealed the ice giant in a new light. The most striking aspect of the new discovery of Webb is the crisp view of Neptune's rings. Some parts of these rings have not been detected since NASA's Voyager 2, which became the first spacecraft to observe Neptune during its flyby in 1989. In addition to several bright narrow rings, the Webb image clearly shows Neptune's fainter dust bands. It has been 3 decades since we last saw these faint, dusty rings, and this is the first time we've seen them in the infrared, notes Heidi Hamel, a Neptune system expert and interdisciplinary scientist for Webb. Webb's extremely stable and precise image quality permits these very faint rings to be detected so close to Neptune. Neptune has fascinated researchers since its discovery in 1846. Located 30 times farther from the Sun than Earth, Neptune orbits in the remote, dark region of the outer solar system. At that extreme distance, the Sun is so small and faint that high noon on Neptune is similar to a dim twilight on Earth. This planet is characterized as an ice giant due to the chemical makeup of its interior. Compared to the gas giants Jupiter and Saturn, Neptune is much richer in elements heavier than hydrogen and helium. All these things of Neptune's signature were apparent before, but seen in ambiguity because of the blue appearance in Hubble Space Telescope images at visible wavelengths due to the presence of small amounts of gaseous methane. Webb's near-infrared camera images objects in the near-infrared range from 0.6 to 5 microns, so Neptune does not appear blue to Webb. In fact, the methane gas so strongly absorbs red and infrared light that the planet is quite dark at these near-infrared wavelengths, except where high-altitude clouds are present. Such methane ice clouds are prominent as bright streaks and spots, which reflect sunlight before it is absorbed by methane gas. Images from other observatories, including the Hubble Space Telescope and the W.M. Keck Observatory, have recorded these rapidly evolving cloud features over the years. More subtly, a thin line of brightness circling the planet's equator could be a visual signature of global atmospheric circulation that powers Neptune's winds and storms. The atmosphere descends and warms at the equator and thus glows at infrared wavelengths more than the surrounding cooler gases. Neptune's 164-year orbit means its northern pole, at the top of this image, is just out of view for astronomers, but the Webb images hint at an intriguing brightness in that area. A previously known vortex at the southern pole is evident in Webb's view, but for the first time, Webb has revealed a continuous band of high-latitude clouds surrounding it. After these shocking discoveries about the planet, which are a bit different than what we always knew about it, further Webb studies are planned of Neptune and its unusual moon Triton in the coming year. Once upon a spacetime, a cosmic creation story unfolded. Thousands of never-before-seen young stars were spotted in a stellar nursery called 30 Doradus, captured by NASA's James Webb Space Telescope. It has been nicknamed the Tarantula Nebula for the appearance of its dusty filaments in previous telescope images. That's why the nebula has long been a favorite for astronomers studying star formation. In addition to young stars, Webb reveals distant background galaxies, as well as the detailed structure and composition of the nebula's gas and dust. At only 161,000 light-years away in the Large Magellanic Cloud Galaxy, the Tarantula Nebula is the largest and brightest star-forming region in the local group, the galaxies nearest our Milky Way. It is home to the hottest, most massive known stars. Astronomers focus 3 of Webb's high-resolution infrared instruments on the tarantula. Viewed with Webb's near-infrared camera, NIRCam, the region resembles a burrowing tarantula's home, which is lined with its own silk. The nebula's cavity centered in the NIRCam image has been hollowed out by blistering radiation from a cluster of massive young stars, which sparkle pale blue in the image. Only the densest surrounding areas of the nebula resist erosion by the powerful stellar winds of these stars, which form pillars that appear to point back toward the cluster. These pillars contain forming protostars, which will eventually emerge from their dusty cocoons and take their turn shaping the nebula. Webb's near-infrared spectrograph, NIRSpec, caught one very young star doing just that. Astronomers previously thought this star might be a bit older and already in the process of clearing out a bubble around itself. However, NIRSpec showed that the star was only just beginning to emerge from its pillar and still maintained an insulating cloud of dust around itself. Despite humanity's thousands of years of stargazing, the star formation process still holds many mysteries, many of them due to our previous inability to get crisp images of what was happening behind the thick clouds of stellar nurseries. Webb has already begun revealing a universe never seen before and is only getting started on rewriting the stellar creation story. After the initial release of the Cosmic Dance of Galaxies, which we discussed in detail in the previous episode, JWST has snapped a dramatic new image of a spiral galaxy that looks like a celestial seashell crafted from blue and pink gossamer filaments of gas. The galaxy, called N74, resembles the seashell of a nautilus, whose spiral dimensions are thought to obey the Fibonacci sequence. The Fibonacci sequence is a mathematical series in which the next number is a sum of the previous 2 numbers. Therefore, it has also been named the Phantom Galaxy. M74 is present at 32 million light-years from Earth in the constellation Pisces. It is known as a grand design spiral because of its prominent and well-defined spiral arms. It is present directly in Earth's line of sight, which makes the galaxy a popular target for astronomers studying the origin and structure of galactic spirals. Webb's sharp vision has revealed delicate filaments of gas and dust in the grandiose spiral arms, which wind outwards from the center of this image. European Space Agency, ESA, representatives said in a statement, "A lack of gas in the nuclear region also provides an unobscured view of the nuclear star cluster at the galaxy's center." The images were taken with Webb's mid-infrared cam, MIR. The Phantom Galaxy can be a groundbreaking galaxy because scientists think that there could be a massive black hole in the center of this galaxy. Apart from this fact, this galaxy is thought to have a wormhole present in it. Phantom Galaxy is so promising to humans in terms of uncovering the deepest mysteries of the universe we were always looking for. With giant storms, powerful winds, auroras, and extreme temperature and pressure conditions, Jupiter have a lot going on. Now, NASA's James Webb Space Telescope has captured new images of the planet. Webb's Jupiter observations will give scientists even more clues about the inner life of the largest planet in the solar system. "We hadn't really expected it to be this good, to be honest," said planetary astronomer Imke de Pater. In the standalone view of Jupiter, created from a composite of several images from Webb, auroras extend to high altitudes above both the northern and southern poles of Jupiter. The auroras shine in a filter that is mapped to redder colors, which also highlights light reflected from lower clouds and upper hazes. A different filter, mapped to yellows and greens, shows hazes swirling around the northern and southern poles. A third filter, mapped to blues, showcases light that is reflected from a more profound main cloud. The Great Red Spot, a famous storm so big it could swallow Earth, appears white in these views, as do other clouds because they reflect a lot of sunlight. The brightness here indicates high altitude, so the Great Red Spot has high altitude hazes, as does the equatorial region. said Heidi Hamel, Webb interdisciplinary scientist for solar system observations and vice president for science at OURA. The numerous bright white spots and streaks are likely very high-altitude cloud tops of condensed convective storms. By contrast, dark ribbons north of the equatorial region have little cloud cover. In a wide-field view, Webb sees Jupiter with its faint rings, which are 1,000,000 times fainter than the planet, and two tiny moons called Amalthea and Adraste. The fuzzy spots in the lower background are likely galaxies photobombing this Jovian view. This one image sums up the science of our Jupiter System program, which studies the dynamics and chemistry of Jupiter itself, its rings, and its satellite system, Faucett said. Researchers have already begun analyzing Webb's data to get new scientific results about our solar system's largest planet. We are also making a separate video on the recent discoveries and why they are so crucial about Jupiter. So subscribe to our channel to make sure you would not miss that. NASA's James Webb Space Telescope has peered into the chaos of the Cartwheel Galaxy, revealing new details about star formation and the galaxy's central black hole. Webb's powerful infrared gaze produced this detailed image of the Cartwheel and two smaller companion galaxies against a backdrop of many other galaxies. This image provides a new view of how the Cartwheel Galaxy has changed over billions of years. The Cartwheel Galaxy, located about 500 million light-years away in the Sculptor constellation, is a rare sight. Its appearance, much like that of a wagon wheel, is the result of an intense event, a high-speed collision between a large spiral galaxy and a smaller galaxy not visible in this image. Collisions of galactic proportions cause a cascade of different, smaller events between the galaxies involved. The Cartwheel is no exception. Other telescopes, including the Hubble Space Telescope, have previously examined the Cartwheel. But the dramatic galaxy has been shrouded in mystery, perhaps literally, given the amount of dust that obscures the view. Webb, with its ability to detect infrared light, now uncovers new insights into the nature of the Cartwheel. It is the end of today's video. Please give a thumbs up to our team, contributing day and night relentlessly to the quality of these videos. A subscription would boost their confidence heavenly high. Also, let us know about your precious feedback in the comment section.